Guys, it's Ellington, National Executive Director, coming to you live from Prague, Oklahoma. Like, how amazing was Laura? Like, great tips. I was fiercely taking notes. So let me just make sure I'm in the right group. I think it was Amanda that said that I always have that same fear, like, am I in the right group? Can you hear me? So, and you guys can see me okay. So give me some love, show me some thumbs up. All right, that I am on the right track. Awesome. So I'll give it just a couple of seconds and we will get started. I think 2:05 was my time. So as soon as Laura ended, I hopped right on. So what an awesome training, you guys. This has been amazing, like crazy. I have just loved it. All right, you guys. Well, I know you guys are on a tight schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, let me just give a huge thank you to Friel for this amazing event, you guys. Like, how epic is this to have all these top-notch trainers that I have learned so much from just in this past couple of days. And when Friel told me that it was a big event, I had no idea like how big this was, but this is crazy, right? So big shout out to you. And I am so humbled that she even put me in the category with all these other folks to allow me to share a little bit with you. And then of course, I can't start without sharing, giving a big shout out to the amazing Tiffany. Tiffany Foreman is just over the top awesome on so many levels. Her technology, her organization, just such an amazing, pleasant person to work with. So thank you both for allowing me, and thank all of you all for allowing me to be here. So I was told by Friel I've got 30 minutes, and she told me to shut my mouth at the end of the 30 minutes. No, she didn't tell me that, but she did tell me I had 30 minutes. So I'm going to jump right into the training today. And I have been given the task to talk to each of you all about recruiting. And the second piece to that is how to get those consultants off to a new start, right? So we're going to start off, you guys, by talking about recruiting. But I wanted to just share, as I get ready to start, you guys, that I'm going to share some amazing tips with you that I personally know work, right? I'm doing them myself. My organization is having huge success with it. But I need you each to understand that none of these tips will work if you do not have the right mindset. So I want you to know that recruiting starts, okay, with having the right mindset. And when I say that, I need you all to understand that are watching this on a replay or watching this live today, that your mindset in order to recruit has to be one of positivity, consistency, determination, and most of all, belief. So I think it's important before I share the tips to talk a little bit about each of these. So when you think about recruiting and positivity, let me just put this in some concept for you. So I want you to think about if you wake up today with a plan to recruit and you're telling yourself, I'm not a good recruiter and nobody wants to join my team and I suck at recruiting. Guess what? No one is going to join your team. You have to wake up every day as you operate your business with the mindset of telling yourself, I am an amazing recruiter. I will meet my recruiting goal this month. Everybody wants to be a part of my team, okay? That's the positivity part. And your recruiting will not happen if that is not your own personal mindset. Secondly, being consistent. You got to consistently work to recruit to work your business. Recruiting doesn't come sporadically, okay? You can't pick and choose when you want to do all the things that you know you need to do. You got to do all the right steps all the time to add the team members. And that means doing them in the time even when we don't feel like doing them, okay? Most of the time, when people don't recruit, it's not because they don't know what to do, it's because they're not consistently doing them, okay? So being consistent is a must in order to become a great recruiter. Let's talk about determination. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Are we going to hear the word no or I'm not interested? But you guys, you got to find that grit. You got to find that internal wanna to go make it happen and to have that determination to do all the right things that's going to eventually lead you to that team member, okay? So determination is a huge part of recruiting. And lastly, and most important, belief. You guys, you have to find a way to have the belief in yourself. So I want you to remember this. There are 4 important things that you have to believe in with every aspect of you, okay? To be successful in every aspect of this business. You got to believe in that amazing company called Pampered Chef that we all chose to be a part of, okay? You got to believe in the company. You got to believe in the products that you're offering. You got to be authentic. Laura just told us, right? We don't promote things that we don't personally use and believe in. That's how we sell our products. You got to believe in this awesome business opportunity that we know changes lives in ways that people could have never imagined. And lastly, you got to believe in you. If you're not doing these things and you don't believe in the company and the product and the business opportunity and yourself, no one will ever want to be a part of what you're offering. People are attracted to things that are people who are confident, who stand tall and proud, and who are passionate about what they're offering. So you have to find a way to get there in all of these things, or recruiting will consistently be a challenge. So remember that first: positivity, consistency, determination, and most of all, belief. All right, so now that we got that important thing out of the way, let's talk about some recruiting tips. But before I share that, I thought it was important to share this. As we all know, Jean Jonas has made her huge announcement that she will be retiring after 20 years of service to this amazing company, Pampered Chef, and her investment in all of us, right? Heartbreaking, but we're excited for her and her new journey, right? But on a call earlier this week, Jean Jonas shared that Home Office's biggest recruiting month ever, our best, was 14,900 and something in new team members in a single month. And what she also said on that call is that it would be her all-time dream for us as a company to beat that in the month of March and to send her out with the bang and make her dream of beating our best as a company become her reality, or our reality. So we have to recruit 15,000 new consultants across the nation to the company. So I want to take a minute and I want to challenge every single one of you all to do your part this month to helping make that happen. Okay, I want every single one of you all to pledge that you will do your part to share this amazing $39 deal and business opportunity with everyone you come in contact with. And I'm going to give you a few tips on how to do that. Let's take it away. Tip number 1, and I'm going to go through these super quick. Tip number 1, I want every single person, and some of these, you guys, you have heard them, right? Sometimes we have to hear things multiple times before it sinks in. Some of them you may have done, and so you may not want to do them, but hopefully there is something that I share with you that you have not. So number 1, today, I want every single one of you all to go on your personal wall, and I want you to put a simple post that says, if you are a former PC consultant, raise your hand. Or you can post it however you want to post it, but pretty much that same meaning. You can create an image, you can post it right on your wall, keep it super simple, and you're just asking, if you're a former consultant, if you've ever been a PC consultant, raise your hand. So when your friends on Facebook begin to comment, you are going to comment below, check your inbox for a message. And then you're going to go to Messenger and you're going to send every one of those a message. And you're simply going to say, thank you so much for responding. Hope all is well. I'm really curious. How long ago were you a consultant? And have you ever considered rejoining? You guys, don't complicate it. It's that simple. How long ago were you a consultant and have you ever reconsidered joining? And then you're going to take that conversation in whatever direction, depending on their response, and you're going to offer that amazing $39 deal. So that is your first tip. You're going to post that on your personal wall, your business page, your VIP group, and in your parties, okay? I'm having success with it. My organization, our organization is having success with it, and you will too. Very simple, okay? A very simple recruiting tip that I personally know works. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is often we think, okay, that we've contacted everybody. Even sometimes I let my mind play games with me and I think I've contacted everybody and shared this business opportunity. But the reality is I have not. So I like to every month, and you can do this immediately, you're going to make 5 categories of individuals. And I'm going to give you the categories. I'm going to help you get started. And you're going to identify one person in every category, and you're going to reach out to that individual. Because often there are people that we are overlooking. So here is the list that I want you to complete. A teacher, a social media junkie, a stay-at-home mom, someone who's retired, and someone who just moved or built a new home, moved into or built a new home. So let me repeat those. You're going to have 5 categories of people. You're going to identify one person for every category, okay? And here are the categories. A teacher, social media junkie, somebody that lives on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, they just don't get paid for it. Stay-at-home mom, someone who's retired, and someone who just built or moved into a new home. Because we know they want to stock that kitchen with free products, right? And you're going to select individuals. I try to be very mindful about who I select. And you're going to reach out and start those conversations with a compliment. So I'm going to reach out and I'm going to say, hey, Marianne, it's Ellington. Hope all is well with you and the family. My leader has challenged me to select one teacher that I would love to have join my team. And I have to tell you, I immediately thought of you because you're such a joyful person, so positive, self-motivator, hard worker, and I know you would be amazing at this. I'm really curious. Have you ever considered doing something like this? Or I'm really curious, are you in the market for some extra income? And then you quietly wait for their response. So often we overlook people. We get in a rut of contacting the same people. This will help you to come up with new people. And you guys, I create me a list it may be a healthcare worker. It may be someone who's a twin. I come up with a new list every month, and I often recruit from this list. I make the people feel good, and I share why I would love to have them on my team. So make sure the important part is that you are starting those conversations with a compliment. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, we're having huge success with this in our organization. Create an image, and I'll share one in the comment when I get off, but create an image of everything that a brand new consultant can earn for $39, right? It's a lot of crap, you guys. It's a lot of amazing stuff. An egg cooker, a scraper, a quick cooker, a skillet, cast iron, enamel cast iron, electric grill and griddle. All of these things, knife block set, they can earn for a measly $39, you guys. $39. So this image has what the value of that is, which is $1,300 and something dollars. And you're going to create you an image. Okay, simply hop over into New Fast Track Rewards. You'll see all the rewards there. Put them on an image. And in the middle, you're going to put $39, value $1,300, and I'll share one. And I'm dropping that in my parties, and I simply ask this question. If I told you you could spend $39 and have every single thing on this picture or in this image, what would you say? And I sit back and wait for their responses. People go, I'd be on it. I'd snatch it up. I'd be in. I'd say yes. So when they comment, I say, check your inbox for a fun message. And then I send them a message offering the business opportunity. Okay, you guys, that's an amazing deal. And in that conversation, don't overcomplicate it. It's freaking $39. It's a win-win from the beginning because they're going to have over $130. Try it for 30 days. See what you think about it. If it's not for you, walk away. But it also could be a life-changing decision for you like it's been for me. Okay? So you're going to do that in every single party. I don't care if the party's ending today. Create the image or use the one I share and go share that. You'll never know who will you could add to your team if you don't post it. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, oldie but goodie, ask every host 5 times. Did you hear what I said? Not some host, not only when you're in a good mood, not only if you think that they're the right person to be on your team. We don't prejudge. We ask every host and every party 5 times. You're correct, Laura. Do not vomit on them. Do not word vomit. It's $39, you guys. Don't complicate it, okay? So you're going to make sure that you're doing that. If there's over 2,000 people in this group, if I could see all of your faces and I said, raise your hand if you hosted a party before you joined, mostly everybody's hand would go up, right? So it's a no-brainer, bingo, that most people host a party before they're joined. So that means our number 1 potential recruit should be your host. Don't leave those potential team members on the table. They're not going to volunteer if you don't ask. And quite often, I ask 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and I don't get a yes until the 5th time. So make sure you're asking all 5 times. 5th tip, a good habit and practice that should be for your business, not just in a month of a $39 deal, but if you truly want to be a strong recruiter, you must consistently make a minimum of 10 recruiting contacts per day. Whether that's in your parties, when you're sending rockstar messages, whether it's you're randomly putting a post like we just shared and you're reaching out to people, but at a minimum, you should be making 10 contacts and you should be tracking it, okay? People just don't fall in our laps. It's because we extend an invitation to those individuals. So here's a bonus for you. So those are my 5 tips, recruiting tips that I know if you do this month, you will add team members. And most likely you will be adding more than 1. So here's a bonus. Learning is earning. Okay, Grace Spot hit on this quite a bit, and she talked about the importance of personal development. And if that is not a focus, no matter what level in this business that you're at, even at a national executive director, you have to always be working to learn more, do more, be more, okay? So we don't wake up great recruiters, okay? Top recruiters in the company, they didn't wake up that way. I can promise you that was something that they worked toward. It's no different with you. It's a skill that we all have the ability to master as long as you're willing to put in the work. So I'm a big believer in training, watching trainings, listening to trainings as much as I possibly can. So Grace shared a lot about that. Go to Coffee Talk. There's amazing trainings in there by some of the best in the business. She shared the tip about Belinda Ellsworth with I Love. What a great tip she shared. And go to PC. There's some great trainings. And one of my favorites, and I'm going to drop it in the comments. I've been doing this 14 years. And when I feel like I'm not where I need to be with recruiting, I go back and listen to it. And I always get re-energized to go share again. Recruiting from the Heart is one of the best trainings I've ever listened to. And I will share a link so that every single one of you all can listen to it as well, okay? So I wanted to make sure that everybody understands that if you're not a great recruiter, you can be. You just have to learn from the people who are. The trainings are available. We share everything with each other in this business. So go take advantage of that. And the last tip about recruiting is always remember, recruiting is always about them. It's never about us. You may be wanting to promote to a director, advanced director, grow your team, meet a goal, right? You're supposed to. I don't tell you to change that. But in your conversations, when it comes to recruiting, that's from the heart. That's from here. I know how it's changed my life. And what a blessing if I can give that to someone else. So make sure when you're having your recruiting conversations, you are identifying what the need is for that person, not what the need is for you. Okay? So those, my friends, are my best recruiting tips. Let me see, how am I doing on time? Okay. So with that being said, now we're going to shift gears because I was asked to talk a little bit about onboarding. You did all this work. You got all these people on your team. And now what, right? You don't want to do the work and then just have people not working. So here's a few tips. And most of you all, I'm sure, if not all, you have some system in place, or your leader or your upline or your organization that you're a part of has a system in place, okay, for you to help support you in onboarding new consultants. But I'm going to give you a few tips. We, as an organization, added over 32 new team members in 2020, okay? And here are a few things, if you were to ask me, how do I feel like our organization did that? Here are the few things that immediately came to mind, okay? So no matter what your new onboarding process is, these things have to happen. And if they don't happen, you really need to go back. I want to encourage you to go back and revisit it, because these are the things that's going to help you get to that next level. Okay, so here we go. On your new boarding, on your new strong start, whatever you call it, onboarding, whatever, for your new consultants, here are a few things that must happen. Number one, you have to set the expectation on that call. They're new consultants, you guys. They know nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing about being successful. That has to come from you, okay? So you have to set that expectation with every single person that comes into your organization, and you have to tell and train them how to be successful. That's our responsibility. We owe that to every new person that joins this business. So simple ways to do that is, in our organization, our golden rule is 4 parties per week, no matter what. And I'm sure it's yours as well. So I set the expectations of 4 parties per week, no matter what. I don't want to spend an hour on a new consultant training teaching them to make $200. I want to teach them to make $2,000 in their first 30 days, okay? So I tell them, some people go, oh, well, I don't want to bother the new person and they may feel overwhelmed. That's not my decision to decide who is and who is not overwhelmed. My job is to lay it out there. Once I do, they get to decide where they want to go with it from there. Okay, so don't minimize your new consultant and minimize your business. You have to maximize everything. So 4 parties per week, no matter what, is what you should be setting the expectation for. And the second part of that is, for every 4, add 1 more. Okay, that's going to lead them to success. Some will take it and be amazing, and some won't. But I can rest at night because I did my part in sharing it. You have to tell them. Our organization and your organization should be an organization who want to maximize full rewards for yourself and for every consultant that's a part of your team. Okay? That's the first tip. If you're not doing that, you've got to find a way to do that. Second, you have to create excitement and desire on every new consulting call you do, okay? You have to find a way. Remember, the leader of the pack sets the pace. I don't care if you're a 1-member team, a 3,200 member team. The leader of the pack sets the pace. It is my responsibility to create excitement and desire with every new person that I come in contact with, every new consultant that I have an opportunity to train. How do we do that? We do that by painting the big picture. You guys, Pamper Chef, I can't even begin to tell you how much stuff that they give. They are so generous. Sometimes I even feel like it's too much. But there are all these amazing, from money to products to all of these different things that new consultants in their 90 days can cash in on. It doesn't cost you a dime. All you have to do is promote it. I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I'm going to help every consultant. My goal is to help every consultant that joined my organization meet that and let Pamper Chef pay for it. It's a no-brainer, right? So if you're not doing that and trying to help people, then you need to make sure you're asking yourself, am I creating the desire, the excitement, and creating the desire? So here's another little tip. I talk about the products, all the things in the fast track, but I also, you guys, I share my paycheck. It's a must. A big majority of people that join this business, they join to make money. So why would I hide it? I'm not boasting. I'm sharing the opportunities that come along with this business. I'm not going to keep that to myself. I want every single person to know what took me 14 years in a cooking show world, okay? It's taking people 2 years in a virtual business. So why not you? Why not now? It's life-changing. Don't be bashful about that. Not only do I share my paycheck, I share a consultant who had been in my team in our organization for 6 months. Her bring-home income was over $13,000, 6 months in this business. Why would I not want to tell people that? That's creating excitement and creating the desire. I show a third paycheck of an individual who 11 months in the business, $32,000. I'm not making it up. I visibly have their paychecks with their permission, and I show them. That's creating the picture and painting the desire, okay? Creating the excitement and creating the desire. Okay, so that is my second tip. My third tip that must happen on a new consultant training is you got to teach your team to work their business smarter, not harder. Just like you teach them to book a party, their first party, you got to teach them adding team members is the norm. Okay, it shouldn't be anything complicated. It shouldn't be anything scary. It is the normal part of your business. And if you set that expectation and you teach that, that is what will happen. Okay, so here's a little tip on how I do that. When I'm talking about the $100 recruiting rewards, I'm talking about, I have them write it down. Get out your paper and pencil, and I want you to write down this term. Building a team is working smarter, not harder. And I tell them I'm going to give them a visual, which is later I show the paycheck. But I take a minute on my call and I say, I want you to write down the first 5 names that come to mind of the first 5 people you would love to have join your team. Don't overthink it. And I tell them, just write down the names. These are usually people we enjoy spending time with, our best friends, our siblings, our in-laws. I want you to think of 5 people quickly, and I want you to write those names down. So they do it right on the call. Why? Because I'm setting the expectation from the beginning. And then I have them pinky promise me that in 72 hours, they're going to reach out to all 5 of those individuals, and they're going to begin to build their team. I reassure them. I know you're probably sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, there's no way I would invite people to be a part of my team. I don't even know what I'm doing. You don't have to. The business is so much funner when you learn it with someone else. And guess what? I am going to be here to help. Just like I'm training you, I will be helping train your new consultant, and you will also have access to the person who signed you up. So let's make this a partnership, and let's help you maximize everything that this company has to offer right from the very start. Okay, so if you're not doing something similar to that, and you're not talking about recruiting because you're afraid that everybody is going to like shy away, that's not my decision. My decision is to teach it. My decision is to set the expectation up for success. They get to decide what they do with it. Okay, that's how you build your team quickly and promote fast track directors. Fourth thing, I always have a new consultant. Not new, a consultant, successful consultant, share a quick testimony. I don't plan it. A lot of leaders are on my new consultant trainings that I do twice a week in our org, and I'll just randomly call on it. Hey, will you share a little bit about your story, Brittany, on how you joined and sit on a new consultant call with me just a year ago? And I'd love for you to tell the group about your success. You guys, that's powerful. That is powerful. Now they're not listening to this old lady who's been doing it 14 years. They're hearing it from somebody who sit on a call just like they did not too long ago. So if you're not doing that, that's something to consider. And the fifth and last tip is you got to follow up, okay? You can't just do the call and then drop the people off the face of the earth. You got to follow up and ask, okay? If I did the call, my leaders should be reaching out, asking, what did you think about the call today? What did you get most excited about? I'd love to hear your feedback about the Fast Track Director program. Do you want to go for that? Okay? You're going to follow up that day. You're going to follow up in 3 days to see if they met their booking challenge. And then I go to 1 week calls once a week, every week for show-based coaching until I feel like they have a great foundation to run a successful business. So I know my time is running out and I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm going to leave you guys with these last few words. In today, 2021, in this Pampered Chef business that we're all a part of, we all know that the possibilities are unlimited, you guys. This is a business that we can be anything that we choose to be. This virtual business allows us opportunities like never before. So my challenge to every one of you all, if you've been afraid, if you've not been doing these things because you don't want to bother people or you're uncomfortable, I'm giving you permission right here and now to move out of your way. There's a lot of days left in this month, and I want you each to capitalize on it. So I want you to pinky promise me, every single one of you all, that you are going to go out starting today, not tomorrow, today, okay? You guys should be so darn fired up after all these amazing trainings, and you're gonna go reach out to every single person, and you're gonna be doing it immediately. And lastly, I want you to pinky promise me that you're going to share this opportunity with confidence, with passion, with excitement, and with unwavering belief. I love it. I'm seeing some pinky promises. Lori gave me a pinky promise. Rhonda gave me a pinky promise. You guys, you determine your own success. Remember, it starts with your mind. It is a mindset. Go be the amazing consultants that you all are. Leaders, whatever your position is. Thank you, Friel. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everybody, for allowing me this opportunity